Hello and welcome to GPTV on Wednesday the 11th of June. My name's Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, it's Wednesday the 11th of June, not Tuesday the 10th when we normally put GPTV out, but it was a long weekend in Melbourne. The Queen's birthday weekend, and I'd like to wish the Queen a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Queen Elizabeth.
It's a time of the birthday of royalty, Phillip, and if I'm not mistaken, I think on Friday it happens to be the 13th of June.
Black Friday, Gary.
Birthday.
Black Friday.
Black and dark, isn't it? It's the 13th and it's a Friday.
Some would say that it's my birthday and Black Friday will be shining down upon me, Gary.
Yeah, well, happy birthday to you.
Yeah,
mate.
thanks very
Hope
much.
You have a lovely day.
No doubt I
Getting
will.
Up there into the 50s now. Gee, I tell you what, frightening.
No, late 30s,
Are you
early
60 yet? Not 60 yet, are you?
Late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
I'm looking to treat. All that Botox is working its magic poisonous gift on my forehead and around my crow's feet on my eyes. I thought I was looking pretty good. Thank you very much.
Well, happy birthday, mate. Big
Thank
night
you.
out.
Thank you.
Any plans?
No, nothing
No?
planned.
Partying,
Nothing planned.
clubbing?
Nothing.
Tempting bowling?
Get to my age, you don't celebrate. Let's focus on the real estate, Gary.
He hates birthdays.
See, we're filling in because it was a long weekend in Melbourne, and absolutely nothing happened in Melbourne across the long
We
weekend.
made a few sales last week.
We did, but
select sales here and there.
We had no auctions, and Melbourne auction system really grinds to a halt over the long weekend. So, just to give viewers a bit of an understanding, the weekend before the long weekend, there are about 1,000 auctions or 1,100 auctions in Melbourne. Dropped over the Queen's birthday weekend to a couple of hundred auctions.
There you go. Not worthy of reporting.
Well,
we had none.
It's kind of not. So let's focus on the weekend that's coming up, Gary.
Before we do that, tell me, how'd you go in Eric with Adam? How did Adam Josky perform?
Okay, well that's
in
right.
Eric.
GPTV filmed live from Eric last weekend, which was up in Surfers Paradise. And I've got to tell you, Adam Josky from our office, and there were snippets last week of Adam Josky on stage.
On the panel.
He was fantastic. In fact,
I heard good things about him.
A lot of the feedback I got that as far as that panel was concerned, he was right out there as the standout
He was
speaker.
the standout, I believe.
Having said that, talk about standout speakers, Jordan Belfort, he was... Am I allowed to say he was hopeless? Is he going to sue us?
No, I don't know. Did you not think he was that good?
He was. Look, I've got to tell you that he was on twice. He was on the Saturday, where apparently he was quite good. I wasn't there for the Saturday because I was conducting auctions. I flew up Saturday night for all day Sunday. So he did a session on Sunday. I've got to tell you, he was hopeless.
Well, the Wolf of Wall Street is gone, left the building, and you're just left with the Pussycats of Orong Road now, Phil. So we are going to review the weekend that was. I had a very good week away, Philip, in Vietnam, listening to some incredible speakers there with about 40 different real estate agents, including Mr. Jeremy Rosens from our St Kilda office, and got enlightened, Philip.
Well, that's good. Tell me, because this is a genuine conference that Gary went to. It's been held every year.
It goes for 2 hours and spend 3 weeks there.
Property Profile Conference, and it's been going now every year for about the last 20 years.
Yes.
But how about that resort that you stayed at?
Yes, the Nam Hai Resort in Vietnam. I can strongly recommend it. I would never go there if it wasn't a fully tax-deductible trip. I can tell you that much because it's expensive, Phil. A lot of brass, but what a beautiful place. Hot, and can highly recommend Vietnam for anyone who hasn't been there because I saw all like 7 stars of it in that one hotel when I was out. But it looks like an interesting place.
Yes. You're not really much of a traveller getting amongst the villages, feeling the earthy culture of another country.
But I was enlightened.
Really just a 5, 6, 7 star boy that just sits by the pool, luxuriates, and does pretty much nothing. Having said that, legitimate conference, and I hope that you learnt something. Hopefully you're going to bring back some great ideas.
Great things for the business. But in terms of the business, Phil, we are doing the business this weekend. We've got 14 auctions and plenty. And we are in this spectacular home, which is not being auctioned this weekend, I don't think.
It's not, Gary, it's the week after. This is number 13 Adrian Street in Bentley East. Now,
tell us about this
Gary,
home, Phil, now.
I'm going to tell you about this home. Firstly, congratulations and a major shout out to the Knight Building Group. Now, this is one of their projects, Gary. The Knight Building Group are doing a lot of properties from townhouses through to houses. They're designing and building some of their own. They're building for other people. But I've got to tell you that they are one of the best builders that I've seen in many, many years. years.
Yes.
And this, as a project, as an example of the sort of quality they do, is nothing short of incredible.
It's like night and day, isn't it, Phil?
You're so
compared
funny.
to the other buildings.
Won a Sustainable Building Award
Yes.
in 2010,
Yes.
the most sustainable house in 2010 for the Master Builders Association Award. But the quality, the finish, the detail, the thought process that's gone into this property is nothing short of incredible.
Well, take us through it. Tell us a bit about it. Give us a little bit of a tour, Phil.
They call it a townhouse, but this is really the size of a home because it's across 3 levels. We have a basement with a bedroom and a bathroom, the most massive home theatre in the basement. Then you come up here to this most incredible entertaining area on the ground floor, kitchen, meals, family room, dining room, wraparound gardens, courtyard deck, and then upstairs three gorgeous bedrooms, 2 magnificent bathrooms. You've got heating, you've got cooling, you've got stone bench tops, you've got bamboo floors. This property is unbelievable, and a massive shout out again to the Knight Building Group because you have done the most incredible job.
And how about Bentley East? Hasn't that come a long way?
This area is on fire.
Bentley East has arrived, and if you just come in from another country, suburb, planet, welcome to Bentley East because this is a fantastic suburb, Philip. There's great schools, great parks. The shopping in Centre Road is unbelievable. Jump on the car down to Southland if you want. But certainly this is a suburb that just keeps getting better.
This whole area now, Gary, has become a suburb of choice.
Yeah,
in the past, if we go back
it's
10 years
like
ago,
a compromise,
if you couldn't afford a certain area, you came to Bentley. Now Bentley, right across Melbourne, is known now as a suburb of choice for exactly the reasons that you talked about, which is schools, shops, public transport. But also the houses are really good period homes, a lot of new building activity going on in Bentley East. So we can certainly recommend Bentley East as not only a suburb to raise a family and live a magnificent life, but also as an area that is experiencing very strong capital growth. And in my opinion, having studied the market here for quite some time, there's a lot of growth to come to this suburb.
Absolutely.
As expensive as it has become, it's still regarded as reasonably priced. And I think that over the next few years, you will see strong price growth here.
Saturday week, Philip. Saturday on the 21st of June at 10:30 a.m. you will have the pleasure of auctioning this beautiful home. We look forward to seeing you there. Leon Guzenfitter and his team, the wonderful Jared Martin, Ben Eisner and Krisha, all been working hard on this one, getting it up and running. Let's talk about the auctions this weekend, Phil, because we are in 7 suburbs this weekend with 14 auctions.
7 suburbs.
Can we review them?
We can. Let's get into it.
Phil, I'd like to have the pleasure of talking about this new first property because you are going to be the auctioneer. And it is in Allison Road in Elsternwick. This is a unique property, Phil, because this apartment overlooks the park. Have a look at this and tell us a little bit about it. 7 at 41 Allison Road, Elsternwick, going up on Saturday at 10:30 a.m.
Gary, I love this building because it literally, its boundary runs right along the boundary of the Halston Park, which is really the most gorgeous community and family park. That's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car space apartment. Beautiful interior, light and bright, and you don't really get a better position than that. One of the best streets in Elsternwick, walking distance obviously to the park, but also to the fabulous Glen Huntly Road Shopping Centre.
I lived there for 12 years, Phil, loved every minute of it, great address. While you're there, I'm going to be in Morton Street, Philip, in Carnegie. Have a look at this property, brand new, or looks like a spanking brand new, must be a modern one.
It's not very old, that's for sure, Gary. That's apartment 203 at number 9 Morton Avenue, Carnegie. That is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 security basement car space. And that, Gary, is in the centre of all of the activity and the wonderful things that Carnegie has to offer. Kunang Road Shopping Centre. Literally, walk out your front door and you will never ever have to cook in the kitchen because you've got the best cafes on your doorstep.
Phil, at 11:30, I'm going to be doing the auction in Elsternwick after you, and this one is in Elm Avenue, Phil, number 4 at 21. How about this for a funky joint? Check this out, Walton it's called.
A funky joint.
It is.
You are Mr. 1970s so badly.
Oh yeah.
Gary, this...
Lay down and boogie with this one, Phil.
Funky joint.
Play that funky music till you die.
Funky. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, one car space, gleaming polished timber floorboards throughout. That is just sensational.
It's very timely, Philip, with the Queen's birthday that we're selling a property that is as regal as this one. And this is in Tower Court in Armidale, number 11 Tower Court. You've been involved with this, Phil. Tell us all about it.
I have, Gary. We were lucky enough to sell into this development when it was built brand new, and that was, I think, coming on to about 10 years ago, Gary, maybe even a little bit more. But Tower Court, Armidale is one of the best positions in Melbourne because literally you can walk out your front door from here, and I actually counted from the front door to the corner of High Street and Hunting Tower Road. I'm pretty sure it was 160 steps.
Why would you have done that?
Well, because I wanted to show people people how quick and close it was to the walk to the shops and cafes of High Street Armadale.
Really?
So
Yeah, nothing better to do than that.
no, I thought it was fascinating actually. But that's a 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, big entertaining areas. If you're looking for something to move into, maybe scaling down from a big home, want to be part of the action, that is the most incredible property.
Anybody else would like to reiterate your views of how fascinating that is, how many footsteps, please send your thoughts on ideas at Gary Pearce.
And if there are any lawyers that are watching the show, I can't remember whether it was 157 steps or 163 steps, but I'm pretty sure it was 160 steps, but that is not a warranty nor a guarantee, so please do not buy this property relying on that it was, because I can't remember exactly how many steps it was. But it's very close, very close. Wouldn't take you long at all. And if you've got really little feet and really short legs,
might be a few more steps,
it might be 500 steps. But for people like me, I'm of kind of average height.
And if you're a fit footballer with a long stride?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think who, if you're Aaron Sanderlands
it's about 4 steps.
from the West Coast. From Fremantle. Yeah. If you're Aaron Sanderlands watching this,
not many steps.
Maybe 1 step. You just walk out and you're there. But for normal people, about 160 steps. Let's move on from Tower Court Armadale. I think we've done that.
4105 Murray Street, Caulfield, Phil. That's going to be auctioned at 12:30. Now, I've been involved in this one, Phil, and this is an extraordinary apartment because it is so spacious. It's 2 bedrooms, but there is a 3rd bedroom or study, which is part of the sort of extended part of the entertaining area. It's got 2 bathrooms. Phil, this property, it's like living in the treetops. You've got a beautiful property with a big living area. You've got magnificent treescaping all around you from upstairs, I should say, treetops, like treetop views, yeah. Anyway, a great apartment, Phil, very unique, had good interest there in that sort of 5 to 550 range. I'm looking forward to doing that auction, Phil. It's got a garage, it's a beauty security apartment, 12:30. Philip, Orrong Road.
And I think just for the record, we should show Aaron Sanderlands up on screen now. And we're going to try and superimpose me next to him. And if we can't do that, we'll just show, he's a big guy, really big guy. And
this has really descended into a bad edition now. 6 at 325 Orrong Road, St Kilda Reese. Phil, this is at 1:30. Tell us a little bit about this apartment. It's going to be affordable.
Great one for the first home buyers or owner occupiers. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Now the advantage of buying this apartment is it's directly across the road from our office, which is the Alma Village, situate between Alma Road and Dandenong Road. So from an investment point of view, no troubles getting a tenant there because tenants like to buy walking distance to shops and public transport, and that one satisfies the criteria perfectly.
And that could sell in the 3s, which is almost unheard of for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Correct.
Jeremy Rosens brings down the curtain Saturday, that one at 1:30. Let's get to Sunday, Phil, because we're going to be in Flower Street. Love it there. Just sold a couple of properties there.
Yeah, you were very successful at an auction there, I think 2 weeks ago.
I like it there, Phil. 4 at 2 Flower Street, Caulfield South, another affordable apartment. Tell us a bit about, take us through it, Phil, please.
Polished timber floorboards, Gary's, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. That is a turnkey solution to your property needs. Turnkey means put your key in the front door, move straight in, not have to spend a cent, not need to do anything because it's all been done for you.
259A Booran Road, Caulfield South. This is a high quality property. Philip, tell us a bit about this. It goes up for auction at 11:30 on Sunday.
Gary, I know this property well because I had a meeting there during the week with Glenn Bricker and the owners. Glenn was on my case to come down and have a look at the property because he described it as one of the best that he's ever seen. And I have to agree with you, Glenn, because this property, 4 bedrooms and a study, 3.5 bathrooms, car parking, lock-up garage, heating, cooling, alarm, gorgeous landscaping, but the attention to detail by the owners there is nothing short of incredible. So come on down to that one because it's a beautiful home.
That's on 11:30, Phil. At the same time at 11:30 a.m. there is an apartment in Meadow Street. I think Jeremy Rosens is auctioning this one together with Nikki Janova and Shelley, who are handling it. This is a terrific apartment, 2 at 9 Meadow Street. We've sold a number of apartments in this block, Phil. This is the block that's got that beautiful garden area at the back.
Look, this building always does well, Gary, because it's so brilliantly located. Meadow Street's a prime street of St Kilda East, and you're walking distance to the tram and the shops in Carlisle Street. So that is going to go well, I would imagine, because they always do.
They always do. 2 at 9 Meadow Street. Get there at 11:30. Phil, we're going to be in Alfred Street in Caulfield.
One of my favourite streets.
I think you're doing the auction,
I think
Phil.
I am.
Tell us a little bit about this particular property then, will
Gary,
you?
that's a great 70s house, or a 70s house. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and that is a house that you could move straight into. But we're also selling that one for pretty much the value of the land and maybe something for the house. So we've had a lot of interest in this from people that are looking to redevelop the land. But I think that's a really good house. And it'd be almost a shame that to think that might get pulled down.
Phil, Ann Street McKinnon's attracted a lot of interest. Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning this property on Sunday. I think it's also at 11:30. Take us through this property because it's another high quality property, Philip.
Well, Gary, we're selling
It's a 130.
selling a lot of these. The 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom town residence, beautifully built, light and bright, and all of the luxuries you would expect here. Great floor plan. That's a property that I can really recommend.
Phil, you're auctioning a property in Inkerman Street too at 644 Inkerman Street. Glenn Bricker is handling this. He's a busy man. Tell us a bit about this particular property, Philip, because this looks to me like another beauty.
Gary, that is well located. You can walk to the little Kooyong Village Shopping Centre, plus the Kooyong Road Village Shopping Centre, plus the tram in Hawthorne Road, walk to Caulfield Park. That is a bit of a rarity because it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, single story villa home, one of only 2. And that's a great position, but it's almost like nobody's lived here. The owners have just looked after it. There's hardly a chip or scratch through the place. Really nice property.
I have the pleasure at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, Philip, to auction number 20 Latrobe Street, Caulfield South. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right here, I don't think this has ever been sold before. It's been with the same family for many, many years. And this is quite a unique property and a unique offering. Firstly, Philip, it is on the west side of the street, so it's beautifully positioned.
Yep.
It's an oversized property in terms of its land. And this is a terrific family home. Have a look at this, Phil. What do you reckon?
Well, I think this is great because it really gives you the opportunity to say, will I build on this or will I just live in the house? Will I renovate the house? Will I put it in my investment portfolio?
Yep.
Because you're really getting a really good, sound house for pretty much land value. And that's always, if you can, as an investor, if you can buy a parcel of land with a good lettable home or a good livable home and not pay much for the house, that's really great, strong investment buying. But I think it's a really pretty house. I love those houses.
So do I.
That whole 50s, 60s, 70s era, they're really good homes, good floor plans, celebration of light too.
This one is very light. It's actually a great opportunity, Phil, to put 2 units on too.
Yep.
Some people are looking at it because it's got an extra wide frontage,
Yep.
which is another very unique feature. Phil, we are finishing off in FNC, far
FNC.
north Caulfield. Phil, I love it over there, and this would have to be probably, well, it's certainly one of the best streets in Caulfield North. Some would say it is the best street, but does it get any or much better than Waiora Road?
Well, Waiora Road is one of the best streets, not just in Caulfield North, but I think in Melbourne. It's a wide, tree-lined street. It's full of incredible houses. I mean, there are houses in that street, 3, 4, 5, 6, and even beyond $6 million homes. So this is a top street. This is an interesting property, Gary.
Yes.
Really beautiful period home.
Indeed.
It's on a huge parcel of land, 1,200 square metres. It has a
Massive.
2-street frontage because a lot of people don't know that this property is so deep it goes all the way to Wilk Street at the rear.
Yep.
From a redevelopment point of view, if you wanted to build a new house on that, it gives you lots of flexibility with the ability to bring in the cars from Wilk Street.
Pretty good house, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's
beautiful home.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
We've had people that are looking at saying, I just want to buy this house and live happily ever after
Which you could
because I love that
definitely do.
garden.
Yep.
And we've also had people that saying, look, it's a $6, $7 or $8 million street. Maybe I'll build my dream home on it. So this is really top shelf. It's an incredible home. It's an incredible parcel of land. But Waiora Road, it just doesn't get any better than that.
And Phil, that brings Sunday to a head at 2:30 p.m. It's an early finish for us,
Early
isn't it?
finish, Gary. You might have time to go out for a late lunch.
May well do
we'll
so.
finish by 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's it. And then we'll have a whole weekend in front of us.
And who can imagine that we're reviewing auctions for the 3rd weekend in June?
Time goes quick when you're having fun, Phil.
Another weekend passed and we've finished the financial year. So we're almost halfway through 2014. I can't believe how quickly it's going. It's an exciting real estate year. I'm looking forward to seeing how the second half works out. I think it's going to be pretty busy, Gary.
Yeah, so do I.
School holidays almost upon us as well.
Although if you're a buyer out there, the stock is getting lesser and lesser and is limited.
Lesser and lesser. No,
well, the stock
it's getting less and less. It's not getting lesser and lesser. It's getting less
Is there a word
and
lesser?
less.
Or is there no word lesser?
I don't know, but no one would say it's getting lesser
Well,
and
I
less.
would.
It's getting less.
I'm not
Or it's
no
getting
one.
less and less.
Okay, fair
So,
enough. Well, there's less offerings out there, Phil.
there
That's
are
the
less
reality, isn't
offerings.
it? Yes. So from the Wolf of Wall Street to the Pussycats of Orong Road, that is a review at GPTV this week. We look forward to seeing you back in our normal slot coming at you next Tuesday. And until then, have a great week. I'm Gary Peer.
Have a great week. I'm Phillip Kingston. Thanks for watching.
This is no beat.